don't have enough room over here for my mouse to work. Excuse me. Oh, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. I think it's really important in this moment to remind us all to take a deep breath. The news is bad, okay? We're trying to cope. It's one of those days. All right. Hi. Welcome to Periwinkle Palace Arts. This is my place on the internet. I'm Princess Bun Bun. I'm here with my Bun Buns, and we do art here. And the anxiety is high, but it's not exactly. I just watched some news, okay? Gaza, my heart, like, and I think that's really all I'm going to say about it right now. I'm going to start us out with this spiral here. And I do these to help my hands warm up, get flexible, but also they do soothe me. Okay. Shall we introduce the buns? Because I did swap out during lunch. The news is hitting me hard. I don't think I'm ready to be like politics and government and stuff online. Mostly because, at least from my perspective, I was very uneducated and ignorant of everything on that level. Like basic civics, I did not get. So it's a thing that I've taught myself and had friends and family and others help me understand. And I don't want to state positions, but I think that we can all say starvation, bombs, enough. People. The world is so interconnected with the internet now, and yet people are still suffering. How can that possibly be? So, excuse me. Let me Let me show you a little bit of an emotional moment. It makes me sick. And the way that the world is connected. Why do we even have countries? Why aren't we a global economy, a global, I don't know. That's asking a lot, I guess. Is it asking a lot? Is it asking people to just not do war? I feel like, let me quote this show that I really like, and I think it's on Apple TV, and it's called M-U-R Der Bot. I'm spelling out the first part of the word because I don't think YouTube likes that, but that's what it's called. And one of the things that some of the characters say is, we can talk about this. We can talk about this. There is absolutely no reason in today's world for war to be the solution. And I really don't care whose fault it is. Fix it. Spiral. Yeah? We will get back to the this in a little bit. There comes a moment where you just want to, like, scream, right? I'm watching YouTube comedy show that I watch on the regular, and it's not making me laugh. Um, I'm sorry. I when was this posted? 14 hours ago. Peter Baynard, being Jewish after the destruction of Gaza. It's with the Daily Show. Jon Stewart. Oh. And finally somebody's making points that are actually logical. But I cannot express the disbelief. This isn't a new thing for me, honestly. Sometimes I really have to not watch the news for a long time. But I don't know. It's awful. I thought humans were better than this. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know how anyone cannot say something about it right now. I'm not a person who usually talks about anything like that. It happens all the time, but I just don't usually talk about it. Okay. However, it is not healthy for anyone to remain in that space every minute of the day. So, what I'm gonna do here is get my remote, and we're going to get out of there. Let's see, Netflix? I don't know what I was watching yesterday. I never do. Sometimes I just go from streaming service to streaming. Is that just me? Does anybody else do that? Jump from streaming service to streaming service? Okay. My point is, the news was really bad today, and I dipped in as far as I could. It affected me. I thought about not coming back on live, but I would have still been sitting here doing the art because the art is I guess it's kind of like sometimes a place that I can go to in my mind where I can breathe. It's a place I can go to in my mind where I can take a moment. There you go. It isn't healthy to stay in that news space for very long, so we're not going to. We're gonna take some deep breaths. Might need to change the playlist, but this is a good song for starters. Speaking of music, if you haven't been here before, hi. Thanks for jumping in with me. I just realized I have not even pulled up the little YouTube screen yet, so I'm here, I swear. Alright, there we go. Chat. And YouTube. I'm back to OBS. There we go. Okay. What was I saying? This is an art channel, all right? We're going to keep it to art. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm going to keep it to be honest. So, I take the news in as little as I can get away with. I pare it down, try to find just like the main points, usually. I feel like it's important to be informed, okay? So I keep up with this stuff. I don't always understand it. And I take the news in short bursts. The rest of the time I'm usually listening to a documentary or like a podcast, but on YouTube. And I listen to a little bit of everything. But I definitely do get into like ruts, so I have to really try not to let myself get into a news rut. I segment it. A good analogy for that is that it's kind of like doing one of these. If I look at the whole thing, that's pretty overwhelming, right? But I focus in on it and break it down to, all right, this is a line, okay? And it's got 2 dots, and then we've got a box. Box, 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 box. And then you've got another line, and a dot, and another dot. And for me, I find that the lines and dots are harder than the boxes. So I kind of like breathe a little sigh of relief when I get to the box, right? So that's how I take in the news. So, right. Box, 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 box. Art. Loving the art. That's a big box. And then, this is ridiculous. Is this ridiculous? What we do here is art and chat, and sometimes that might turn into a small rant. And anyway, so yeah, art is the box. It's easy, it's breezy. The news is a little line and the dots. And that's how I like to segment my day. Art is the big box. Lines and dots is the hard stuff. And that's how I break down coloring one of these as well. I break it down into tiny segments. And it becomes a lot less overwhelming. Oh, hey. I just realized something. Isn't that what my yellow card was saying? Did I just complete that task? Okay, we're not doing the push-ups. But it says do as many push-ups as you can today. Challenge yourself to do them throughout the day and write down your total. Well, we're not doing push-ups. We already discussed that. The general goal, though, is challenge yourself to complete a goal, no matter how many chunks you have to break it down into. I mean, that's what we're doing, right? Could also say I'm, breaking life down into small chunks. I don't know if that works. Maybe it works. Anyway, I think we completed that, right? Let's meet some bunnies. All right. This is the Trichotillomania bunny. Trichotillomania is like when you pull your hair out, basically. This bunny comes with this adorable but weird dress. Yes, it's brown. She also has these cute bows on her ears, and the inside of her ears are like this awesome like checker pattern. I don't know why she's so brown and checkery, but I'll figure it out eventually. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at myself today. I'm not getting through this without like having moments. All right, she's got these super cool red eyes. I love them. And I think her dress is just meant to be like really annoying and itchy. I don't know. And then when I first got her, I was doing like this, and that happened. She comes like that on purpose. I'm kind of thinking about asking them to make other things, other hair pieces for this one. That would be awesome. I want a rainbow one. Anyway, her hair comes off with Velcro. So when you're it really bothered me, like it scared me. It scared me. Anyway, this is Trixie. She's hanging out at the desk with me today. She just tried to jump. She doesn't want to be on camera. She said her hair looks a mess. Okay. And we also have this one. Who are you? Who are you? This is the ADHD Bunny Chaos Edition. Are you gonna sit still? No? Okay. We'll come up with a plan. Just give me a second. This is Chaos. He's named Chaos, obviously, because he's the Chaos Edition, and it's just the cutest name. And so we've got a bunch of symbols that I can't remember what they are right now. Like, if you guys really want me to tell you everything about them, I can look it up on the interwebs and like read it to you. But he's got mismatched. This one I don't know if it's a boy or girl. It might be non-binary. Or any of the other ones. It could be anything. And I'm just not sure yet. And I don't feel the need to push for them to tell me what they are. Okay? It's about communication. This bunny is adorable. And has a thing in the back. A little zipper pouch. And this is the friend that came in the zipper pouch. It's a bunny octopus. And it's super cute. And it hangs out on my desk with me. Perfect size for me to, we'll call it exercise my hands, okay? Also stress ball kind of thing. As you can tell, I'm having some ADHD today. Maya is trying to keep me on track, but really she's just staring at me like, are you okay? Aren't you? Okay, let's finish this box and this line. I think emotional regulation is something that can be learned. It's difficult to do sometimes, but I think you can practice it and get better at it. Just as an offhand comment. Look, there's nobody in this chat with me in the live chat, so I'm just rambling. And I know, I know I'm not finishing some of my thoughts, but usually I make myself go to a certain stopping point on these, but I'm kind of over it right now. Let's move on. Here we go. Maybe you guys should let me know if you think that we've accomplished this yellow card here within the last week. I don't remember when we pulled it. Oh well. If I can figure it out later, I'll let you know. So, in our sepia tone coloring, we have done the sepia tone rainbow. Oh, that was still the hardest part of this, I think. Then we did the castle. I keep calling it a castle. It's Emerald City in sepia tones. Then we went back into the sky and the clouds. I'm still not sure if I want to darken up any of the cloud area, but I do know I want to darken up this area a little bit. I'm not happy with that. And I did walk away from it for a little bit, so I know that I'm looking at it now and my eyes have adjusted and I'm still not happy with it. So I'm gonna grab E39. No. Ah! I caught it. I'm always nervous about going too dark. Okay. We're gonna go E49. I mean, when I say I'm always nervous about going too dark, that's a thing, right? But I get more nervous about it than I should because it's not that big of a deal. Honestly. Let's be for real. So, being nervous about my art, I just tell myself, like, don't be. Let's move on. This is the one place in your life where you can just... I'm not going to tell you what my youngest tells me, because it's inappropriate to say. But I'm gonna try to get this right in there, in this tiny spot. I don't know why I'm trying to do this, but I mean, there's a certain level of I'm distressed, so I have control over this, right? But sometimes you don't, and it's a balance you have to strike between forgiving yourself for messing up because nobody else is judging you. Only you are. And if anybody else is judging you, who cares? And then the other side of it is feeling like you do have some control, right? There's got to be something in your life that you are in control of. And I feel like anybody that doesn't have that, it's difficult for them. We all need to find that little thing. Hey, if you want to, you could totally hit the like button or the not like button. Let me know what you think of this. You can even, let me know what you like which parts you like. That'd be cool. Are we liking this? I'm not sure. Are we going to keep going with it? Yes, absolutely. Hello, dear. I sort of meant to switch what I was watching on TV to Netflix, and I don't even want to listen to anything right now except for music, so we're just gonna go with that. Okay. I don't really want to add a ton of this anywhere. This is a very, very dark color. It makes me go, eek. The elephant that just walked through. That's my oldest son. He can't help it that the camera and everything moves when he walks by. He just walks heavy. He always has. When he weighed like 5 pounds. No, Chris. Nobody is walking like an elephant when they weigh 5 pounds. What am I talking about? Like when I don't have anybody to talk to, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I lose track of what I'm saying a lot. So why am I doing this on live? Because I don't really care what people think about me anymore. Kind of like if you don't like what I'm doing or saying, then okay, move on. Nobody made you be here. And while I don't really judge other people, I feel like the people who should be here will find their way here. For whatever that reason is. That they may find their way here. And those are my people. And the people who don't like it here, well, don't stay. Is that too far-fetched? If I lose the thread of a topic and you want me to finish talking about it, just let me know. I'll gladly go back to it. I just might not remember that I was talking about it until you remind me. Okay. If you wanted to, you could also hit that subscribe button. It's not necessary. Like, I'm gonna be here whether you're here or not. I don't know what I have done here. I may have gotten this too dark again. But you know what? We made it work on the last one. We got this, right? Just assume that you've got it. Keep going. Sometimes I lean with my art. Are you one of those people that when you play a video game, you hold the controller and you go, I am, but I do that with everything. Okay. Woo. It's either going to come out with beautiful depth or it's going to come out really bad. All right, we're going to... I'm nervous. I'm nervous. All right, here we go. I didn't write it down, so once again, I can't remember what colors I used in the beginning of this area. I gotta stop doing that. Does it really matter right now? I don't think so. So, here we go. I'm gonna try to blend this out. I just had like a second of where my mind was like, wait, why isn't it green? Because we're not doing those colors. Ooh, keep it together. That's not the music I'm listening to. That's just me. Me being me. I did it again. It looks like milk chocolate right now, which, you know, could be fine. You ever wanted to swim? Like, if you had the chance to live in the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs world for just like a day, I think that's what got them in trouble in that show, wasn't it? All right. Nobody be out there wishing for that, okay? But I'm just saying, I would totally jump into a milk chocolate river. Okay. I don't really like that, but we're gonna keep going. So what's next? What's next? What's next? Shall we do the village? Let's do the village. Can we make it really light colored? On the tops with multicolor, like multicolor look, and darker on the bottom. I don't know, because it's pretty dark along the roofs, right? Sometimes I get really decision impaired. Okay. Let's go with E35. Okay. I will do the roofs. Okay. I don't know who I'm asking. Myself? If you're not watching live, you won't see this until the video's like a video. That's okay. You can still answer if you want to. Hey, when people on YouTube say pause the video and put a comment with your answer to some question that people on YouTube, does anybody else actually like do that? Do you pause the video and leave a comment? And also, for those of you who don't pause the video and do it, do you go back to watch the video later and answer? It's a weird question, I know. I don't even know what relevance it has to what I was thinking about. So, yeah, I'm just going around the buildings, but everything below the actual roof with this, what is it? E35. I'm trying to decide what element of the stream or the channel or Instagram or WordPress, that's like basically what the only ones I'm doing. I have to have limitations, man. Which element I should work on next? And I'm thinking it might be end screens or end cards, whichever one is which. I keep forgetting. You know, if the beginning of the video was too emotional for you, I get it. It's kind of too emotional for me, I guess. That was heady. We don't even know each other yet, right? But I'm not really into filtering myself much. It's hard enough for me to not say bad words while on live because I have a potty mouth. It's terrible. But I'm not really great at filtering my mouth anyway. Never have been. But okay. If it really bothers me that I got a little rattled, I'll go back and take it out of the video later. I do have that option. I convinced myself that because I posted it, or because it was on live, that I can't edit it, but I know I can. It just seems to defeat the point of what I'm trying to do, to me. Not that I've really explained what I'm trying to do, have I? That's okay. Let it be a mystery. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I have a general idea. Maybe I'm just not ready to say. Okay. That's all little buildings. Let's go to E21. And we're gonna color in all that brown and blend it a little bit. Is it like is it a big flex if you say, well, I've been coloring for like like 2 years less than your age? So for example, if someone was 40 and they said, oh, I've been coloring for 38 years, I'm an expert. Is that being pompous, flexing too hard or whatever? I'm an expert. I've been doing this since I was 2 years old. I mean, I guess the length of time kind of still counts, right? Could you put that on a resume? Probably not. We dream, right? We dream. Okay. I'm gonna go with E19. We're gonna do the windows. It kind of gives it a red tone. I didn't mean to give it a color tone, but whatever. We'll just roll with it. I know that looks a little bit funny. Don't worry about it. I don't even know what this is, but I keep coloring it like it's a little tiny trash can. I mean, it's a tiny village, so I guess it would be. I don't even know if it's a tiny village. If it's a tiny village, it could just be far off in the distance. But I seem to like to make that a trash can, so we're gonna make it a trash can again. If it doesn't look like a trash can to you, let me know what it does look like to you. I'm curious. I put a window right here. There we go. I didn't mean to make that red. It's really not red. Well, it's red wood. Did I mention that my music's right there? Did I do that fast? If you don't get it, you should go back to video 1. This right here is the music I'm listening to. Screen share from my computer, my mini Spotify mini player. That's what I'm playing right now. I'm trying to figure out how to like make this work out the way I want it to. It's not always easy to figure this sepia stuff out. Okay, how about we go super light? We're gonna do E13. We're gonna come over the red that's near the roof. I'm gonna try to go around here and like maybe at the edge. I keep trying to think about this in terms of like colors, like not monotone. And that red being red like that didn't help my perspective and my eyeballs at all. That didn't make sense, did it? That brown, that earth tone was more red than I expected it to be. I was expecting it to be closer to brown, not red. It is what it is. It's probably gonna come out looking neat anyway. Just, that's usually how it goes. The things I do on accident, they look neat. The things that I'm trying to do on absolute purpose, you're like, that didn't really work, did it? I'm gonna pick just 2 colors for a little variation here. We're gonna go with E21 and E30. Okay? Okay? You guys okay with that? I really want this channel to be a place where you guys can come hang out and be chill and not have to like be bombarded by the rest of the world. That's kind of the space I try to create for myself. If I can share it with others, I think that's helpful to somebody. Okay, that is not what I meant to do. I forgot to come back with the other color. So, I was trying to restrict myself to just a few colors in the range. And I'm having that moment right now where I'm kind of regretting that. So I'm going to go over just a couple of the roofs with 831. Roofs. I can't say roofs. Roofs. Very well. Okay. How's that? Let's do it again. Same ones, if I can remember which ones I just colored. This one. And this one. Yeah. That's okay. Okay, so next I'm going to do this greenery here. And it's in a few other places. So here in front of the houses, and then there's like this tree back there, and then some greenery here, and I think there's another little piece over here somewhere. The trick is to figure out which colors. So we're gonna go kind of dark. Let's do E44 as the start, and we're just gonna scumble that stuff. Mostly. Go around my hair. Imagine that this is like the top of a tree. I'm just trying to add a little bit of texture there. Color that mostly in. Lightly. Through there. Okay. Down to this line here. Swoop, 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 swoop. There we go. Shoop, swoop. How do you say that? Is that like... where's my husband when I need him to spell a weird word I just made up in my head? I was supposed to do scumbling here, but I didn't do it, so we'll just keep going. Oops! I had meant to do that, but I forgot it. Okay. Let's go with E37. I'm gonna try and scumble it anyway. How about that? Oh yeah. My hand's so twitchy today. It makes scumbling so easy. It was doing good this morning, and earlier it just went psh. I don't care anymore. This is darker than I thought it would be. I'm still learning the Copic range, y'all. My eyes and my mind haven't got used to matching the caps with the color, the exact color of the ink that I keep the picture of in my head. When I've used a certain product long enough, I basically develop a mental swatch chart. I don't have that down quite yet. But that's the entire point of doing this kind of stuff. I'm just kind of experimenting. I don't need to be precise with it. I could just have fun with it. And yes, I get the same kind of anxiety everyone else does when they look at the blank page or something just looks like, oh man, this is going to be so hard. So hard. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is so hard. Sometimes you mess up. Sometimes you're like, oh, that was nothing, man. E44, E37. I think that I'm not utilizing the Copic coloring system as far as the numbers and the range, like what the best blends are, things like that. I think I know the information's out there and I'm slowly intaking it, but I haven't gotten it all yet. So it's a combination of reading, watching videos, and just going at it. Just go at it. Look, I'm gonna grab E13 just randomly. I just said it has to be a lighter color and picked one. So I'm just gonna go back over all these bushes and like, I don't know what I did there, okay? Whatever. It's like a chocolate, it's a roller coaster ride type thing made out of chocolate. You guys, I think I want chocolate really bad. And I can't have any today. That Starbucks espresso that I just drank was enough. I don't know what that is, y'all. We'll come back at that another day. Yeah. This is coming out different. It's different. Okay. Be completely honest, I have no idea how we're gonna do those tiny flowers. But for right now, let's start on the yellow brick road, okay? Those tiny flowers in sepia tone are kind of making my gut go, "Ee!" right here. Just, it's a little brick to the brain, kind of. We're gonna start with a super light color, right? So the lightest color I have over here is, without going into the double zeros. Is there an E? There is an E double zero. Without going into the multiple zeros is what I meant, but there's an E double zero. Come back. Okay, I grabbed E double zero. I also grabbed E11. Because I have a suspicion that if I were to put E11, E19, if I were to do this, those colors to me look pretty similar in range. And then you have E31, E30, and E33, and those look pretty close in, not range, but like tone. I don't know what's going on, but I will figure this out. I'm not scared. We're gonna go with E11. Why not? And we're basically just gonna color everything that's the yellow brick road with this. Okay. How did I do this in the last one? I changed where the lines went a little bit. I have a big pile of paper sitting in front of me. Okay, so I came over here. I did something like that. guess I could honestly take something like this and just go over everywhere to put down the first layer of color. Give it a wash, as it might be called. But kind of prefer to do this with everything in the individual sections that I'm working through. I left barely any of the road down here, huh? It's fine. We don't need that much of it anyway. I'm not sure how that's going to come out down there. But it is what it is. Okay, with these sepia tones, we're going to attempt the same texture that we did on this one. Is it gonna work? Your guess is as good as mine. Have E13, E11, E13. I'm going to start from the edge and work my way towards the center here with these like weird back and forth kind of dab things that I was doing. This is not really going the way I'm trying to get my hand to make it go. Dear body, please cooperate. Please cooperate. Trust the process, right? I just grinded my teeth. At least I realized it before I put these two together, right? So, I'm not any kind of professional, you know? But I'm just gonna say, if you've seen something on TV recently, or something's really bothering you, and you're so angry, don't take it out on other people. I understand that we're angry as a society. We've been angry since, like, the 1990s. Honestly. But there's so much to be hopeful for, and hurting anybody next to you is never the solution. Hurting somebody a world away is never the solution. Hurting yourself is never the solution. I'm not sure if it is the solution at all, but I'm pretty sure it's helpful. It helps me a lot. when you get the opportunity, get yourself somewhere nice, private, and quiet where you're sure nobody's going to hear you, and scream. Just scream. Scream as loud as you can. Scream till you cry. Bring music and scream along to the music. It helps. It doesn't change anything and it doesn't solve anything, but it gives you an outlet so that you don't combust on the people around you. Because honestly, I don't know how anybody is not internally just exploding all over the place these days. Just saying. The tension in the world is kind of unreal, right? It is. I agree with you. I got really mad the other day in one of the more ridiculous um, moments of my rage being directed at a topic. Okay, not to downplay anything else horrible that's happening, but I've been waiting for this moment. It was announced that coffee is going to go up in price, and yo, like, can we handle it? We'll have to figure out a way, won't we? Coffee is not a luxury, it's a necessity. There's a few things that you could ask me. Wouldn't you take that with you on a deserted island? And I'm like, not if I have to sacrifice my coffee for it. Oh, did you see what I did? I just like blobbed ink right there. My hand twitched and my marker tip just went down like that. I might not even mess with the road over here. Should I just leave that alone? I just had an idea. Let's try the chisel tip. Like if I go like this and then turn it. I might have found a secret weapon. And as far as a technique. No idea what I'm doing. None. Hey, I like that. Let's do that. That's nifty. Stick with me, guys. It's fine. Everything's fine. And it might not be fine in the next moment, and it might not have been fine in the moment before that, but right this second, you are okay. Okay. So this is just basically about getting the texture there in different shades of color. the same as it was when we did it here, except I was trying to do more rounded dots and cobblestones on the color version, and I'm trying to do just like more of a square texture here somehow. Coffee break. I can't wait until Storm Area 51 comes out. It might be out today on Netflix. I like the Trainwreck series on Netflix. They're interesting. And some of them are things that I actually remember. I just never really had time to get into the news about. I was an avid refuser of watching news most of my life. An never mind. I'll stop talking now. My mouth obviously does not want to cooperate with me. What if I did it this way? I really like this. It's interesting. I think there's a lot you could do with this kind of shape. Shape? Not really. It's not really a shape, but I mean, I guess marks and art and everything that you write is a shape, right? Of some sort. I think this might be what I was looking for when I was doing the other one. A way to do this. Because I didn't want to draw the lines, remember? And I was trying to figure out how to create the texture of the road without having to come back and draw lines over it. And I might have found that technique now. Sometimes you have to experiment a lot to get where you want to go and create the look that you're trying to get. Huh. See, brick to me has always been like the very uneven, non symmetric kind of brick roads. Not where the paving stones are laid perfectly. Okay. I can feel myself like energy wise. So, we are going to close this for the day. And let this sit overnight. Let me figure out if I like, I think this part right here is coming out the best. I'll figure out how much I like this and how much I don't when we come back to it tomorrow. And yeah, we'll keep going. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you watched this video all the way through, thank you for hanging out and watching it. And I had a great time. I hope you did too. This is Periwinkle Palace Arts, my place on the internet. I'm Princess Bun Bun with all my bunnies. All my buns. And we did art here today and yesterday and the day before, and we're gonna do art here tomorrow. Anything else that's gonna happen, I can't guarantee. But there will be art. I hope you have a great day. And don't let things get to you too much. I know it's hard. We're in a hard part of the world. I get it. Don't give up. We'll get through it. Everything's fine.